Assalamu alaikum student. Here me, your biology teacher from IYS. Student, first I'm giving you some instructions. Listen my instructions carefully and follow them. First, keep your biology book with you and follow my instructions regarding page number. And second, take a screenshot of every slide as well as home task slide. And third, keep your video hide during my lecture. And in case of any disconnectivity, try to again join my class within 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, students, today I will continue my teaching of my chapter number 9. Okay, and the name of the chapter is transport. Okay, and in this chapter, inshallah ta'ala, today we will learn about the topic human heart. Okay, and you know human heart is the main organ of this transport system, and today is my last topic of this chapter. Okay, students. Okay, now first I will tell you the structure of the human heart, and see this diagram carefully. Okay, this is the human heart structure. First, I will tell you about some information about human heart is a strong pumping organ of transport system. Okay, and if you observe the shape of the human heart, is what is the shape of this is conical in shape. Okay, and what is the location of the human heart in the human body? Human heart is located into the thorax cavity between lungs. Okay, and slightly towards the left hand side. Okay, and the human heart is made up of which type of muscles? Yes, it is made up of cardiac muscles. Okay, and these muscles have ability to relax and contract as well, and they have involuntary movement. What mean by involuntary movement? Means the movement which is not under control of our will. Okay, this is automatically an automatic movement, and it is not in under control of our will. Okay, so means this is the information about the heart. And if I tell you about the size of the human heart is size is approximately the size of closed fist of human hand. Okay, these are the information about the external structure of the heart. Okay, student, if we see that the human heart is enclosed in a fibrous bag-like protective cover, and this cover is called pericardium. Okay, and this pericardium, and between this pericardium and the muscles of the heart, the fluid is present, and this fluid is called the pericardium fluid. Okay, and what is the main function of this pericardium fluid? This pericardium fluid reduces the friction as well as it protects the human heart. This is the function of the pericardium membrane. Okay, and now if you observe the diagram again, I'm showing you in front of you, this is the structure of human heart. If you see that there are the four chambers are very much visible. Okay, right atrium and left atrium, they are also called auricles, and the right ventricle, and this is the left ventricle. Okay, means the human heart is divided into four chambers. Okay, and if you see there are the two main, it is a very big and broad vessel is arising from the heart. This is called aorta, and as well as it is called systemic aorta. And if you see the downward, this is the inferior vena cava, and this is the superior vena cava, this is the inferior vena cava. These are two broad vessels of veins. Those again bring blood into the heart. Okay, but this blood is deoxygenated. Okay, and from the systemic aorta, the blood transport to all parts of the body, the blood is oxygenated. Okay, and the one more broad vessels, purple in color, you are seeing, this is pulmonary trunk. Okay, this is also the one broad vessel which arises from the right ventricle and goes towards the lungs for for the blood taking oxygen. Okay, students, these are the external structure of the human heart. Now we are moving towards the internal structure of human heart. Okay, and you see this diagram, this is the internal structure of human heart. First, again, I will tell you, this is the longitudinal section, we can say, from top to bottom. Okay, and if you see, there are again four chambers are very much clear: right atrium and left atrium, right ventricle and left ventricle. First, I will tell you about the information of the atriums. These atriums are two in numbers, and they are present into the upper region of the heart, okay, and they are thin walled, okay, whereas the ventricle are present into the lower region of the heart, okay, and they are thick walled. They are thick walled chambers, okay students, that's why they are the four chambers are present. But as well as if you observe the one more important thing, the atria and ventricle, what am I saying? The atria and ventricles are separated by a septum. Septum means uh, a division, a separation, okay, the membrane like structure is present. This is called septum, and this septum separate the left atrium from the right atrium, and it separate the left ventricle from the right ventricle. So means here, see my cursor, the septum is present here, observe my cursor, okay, the septum is present to keep the atrium and ventricle separate together. And what is this septum which interatrial septum or interventricular septum, means the septum which is present between the two atriums, this is called interatrial septum, and the septum which is present between two ventricle, this is called interventricular septum, okay student. This is septum to separate the atrium and ventricle from each other. But the most important thing, right and left atrium also having valves, but the valves function, what is the valves? The valves prevent the backflow, and the valves, the main function, the valves have having coordination, means how the atrium and ventricles coordinate with each other and they work together, okay. These are the valves, okay, and there are three types of valves are present in the human heart. Observe my cursor: tricuspid valve and bicuspid valve. In your book, the labeling of bicuspid valve is mitral. Okay, mitral valve. But actually, this is the name of this is bicuspid valve. Okay, and the third one valve is called semilunar valve, and these valves are of two types. Okay, the one C, observe my cursor, this is the pulmonic valve. Okay, this is right hand side, and this is the one more valve which is present, aortic valve. This is present left hand side. Okay, so means three types of valves are present in the human heart: tricuspid valve, bicuspid valve, and semilunar valve. Semilunar valve are of two in numbers. Okay, semilunar means semi means half, lunar means moon. Okay, means the shape of these valves are like a half moon. That's why they are called semilunar valve, and they are two in number. They are present in right hand side as well as left hand side. Okay, so means the valve which is present, semilunar valve which is present on the right hand side, this is also called pulmonic valve. What is called? This is called pulmonic valve. Why? Because it is present between the pulmonary arch. Are you seeing? This is the pulmonary arch and this is the right ventricle. Okay, that's why it is called pulmonic valve. And the second valve which is present on the left hand side, this is called aortic valve. Okay, but you know why it is called aortic? Because it is present between the aorta and the left ventricle, where it is present between the aorta and the left ventricle. Okay, that's why this is called aortic valve. Okay, and the function of the valve, what is the main function of the valve? The function of the valves prevent the backflow of the blood. Okay, and because of this valve, the atrium and ventricles are in contact. Okay, valves are for the coordination and for the contact with each other, but the septum for the separation. Okay, and the two main blood vessels, see here, two main blood vessels arises in the human heart. First I have told you, this is the aorta, this is also called systemic aorta. Okay, and the second one, broad vessel, this is called Sys- this is called pulmonary arch. Observe my cursor. Okay, and where it is going? The pulmonary arch is going towards the lungs, to the left lung, okay, as well as right lungs. It divided into two main branches. Pulmonary arch, it is a main broad vessel which take blood towards their respective lungs. For what? For oxygenation. Student, are you seeing this pulmonary arch is blue in color? Because blue color means this is without oxygen. Okay. And are seeing this is a systemic aorta. I'm moving my cursor over there and it is coming downward. Okay. And aorta, what they are saying, it is going towards the lower body. Okay, it is moving towards the lower body. That's why it is red in color, because if it is going towards the body, means it is supply the oxygenated blood to all parts of the body. Okay, that's why it is red in color. So means these are the two broad vessels, pulmonary arch and systemic aorta is present in the internal structure of the heart. Okay, and the one more two broad vessels you are seeing, superior vena cava from upper. Superior means from above, upper side. Okay, and inferior vena cava from the lower. Okay, from the posterior part and from the lower side. That's why these two blood vessels, two broad blood vessels of veins, are coming from the upper side as well as lower side. Why? Because the when the blood comes into the heart, it is with less amount of oxygen and large amount of carbon dioxide. So means this blood is coming into the human heart for a human heart into the right atrium. Okay, it will collect into the right atrium, then into the right ventricle, and from the right ventricle it will go towards the lungs for oxygenation. Okay, that's why this blood is with a less amount of oxygen. Okay, then student, this is the internal structure of the human heart. Okay, now I am moving towards the mechanism of the blood circulation into the human heart. What happens? Observe the diagram again. When blood is coming into the right and left atrium, these atriums contract simultaneously. Okay, and they push blood into the respective ventricles. Observe the diagram. This is the right atrium. This is the left atrium. They both of them atrium. When the blood is coming from superior and inferior vena cava, this blood and the blood which is coming from the pulmonary veins into the left atrium. Student, already we have discussed in the topic transport in animals. We have discussed about the pulmonary arch is the single one arch which having which having deoxygenated blood. Okay, you know very well about the function of the arteries. Arteries having a function, those transport the oxygenated blood. Only the pulmonary arch is a single one arch which carry the deoxygenated blood towards the lungs. Okay, like that pulmonary veins, these are pulmonary veins. Pulmonary veins, the function of the veins always collect blood from all parts of the body, and this blood with less amount of oxygen. Okay, this blood is deoxygenated. But pulmonary vein is a single one vein which 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 bring blood from lungs to the heart, and this blood is oxygenated. Okay, done. So means they both of them work opposite of their function. Okay, in this human heart only. Okay, so means I am telling you about the mechanism of the blood circulation into the human heart. What? When the right atrium and the left atrium contract simultaneously, the blood enters to their right ventricle and the left ventricle. Okay, now what happened? From ventricles, blood pushed out from heart towards the body through two main blood vessels. These are the pulmonary arch and the systemic aorta. Okay, we have discussed when these two ventricles will contract simultaneously. Okay, the from right ventricle blood will move to the pulmonary arch. Okay, and from left ventricle blood move towards the aorta. Okay, done. After that, the blood from the right ventricle is pumped through the pulmonary arch to the lungs for oxygenation, while the blood from the left ventricle is pumped through a systemic aorta to all parts of the body. Okay, it is clear to you, I think so. And the pulmonary arch and the systemic arch. Point number 4, the pulmonary arch and systemic aorta both are guarded by semilunar valve. Already we have discussed. Okay, to prevent the backflow of the blood. Again, systemic arch, this is the valve is present, pulmonic valve is here, and the means this is the aortic valve. This is the aortic valve, okay, between aorta and left ventricle. Okay, they are very much important because they prevent the backflow of the blood again into the ventricles. Okay, student, it is very much important. The backflow of blood is very much important because if blood will come back again into the heart, so means it is not good for heart because the blood function of the heart is pumping. Because of this pumping and because of this valve, backflow of blood is not possible. It moves towards their respective organs. Okay. Now, after the mechanism of the blood circulation, after explanation of blood circulation, it is learned that in man heart, two types of blood circulates. What are these? Oxygenated blood and deoxygenated blood. Okay, we have observed when I was explaining you the mechanism of blood circulation in human heart, we observed that the two types of bloods are present. Because of these two types of blood in man, double circuit circulation is found. Because of this, these two types of blood in human heart uh, and the human body, two circuit circulation is found. And what are these circuits, students? These circuits are pulmonary circuit and systemic circuit. Okay, means what they are saying, the circulation of blood in our body is called double circuit system because it circulates blood in two separate circuits and enters twice in heart and enters twice in heart. Okay, and enters twice in heart during complete circulation. What mean by this? Means two times the two times heart is coming back into the heart. Okay, we have discussed in the circulation, two types of blood. This blue color is showing the deoxygenated blood and the red color is showing the oxygenated blood. Okay, okay, done. That's why means this is the two types of blood is present in the human heart. Because of these two types of blood in the human heart, the blood circulation, two types of blood circulation is found into the human heart. This is called double circuit circulation. Okay, what are these? This is the pulmonary circuit and the systemic circuit. Okay, students, now I'm going to explain you. This is the complete picture. You can easily understand by this diagram what is the double circuit circulation. The name is pulmonary circuit. First, try to understand why it is called pulmonary circuit. It is called pulmonary circuit. Why? Because beta pulmonal. The pulmonary, the word is derived from the Latin word, okay, and pulmonal means lungs, okay. That's why it is called pulmonary circuit. And you can easily observe from the right atrium. Observe my cursor. Blood is going towards the lungs, and this blood is with low oxygen and high carbon dioxide. Okay, after getting oxygen, this blood is coming back again. Observe my cursor. It is coming back into the left atrium of the human heart. Okay, and this blood is oxygenated. Done. So means twice a time the blood is entering into the heart in this circuit. Okay, means this is pulmonary circuit because this blood circulation is only contact with the lungs. Okay, done. Now the second is systemic circuit. Systemic means the systems which are present into the lower body, all organs which are present in our lower body region. Okay, that's why this system is called systemic circuit. Okay, what happening in this? Observe my cursor again. The blood is going towards this systemic aorta to all parts of the body, and this blood is with high oxygen and low carbon dioxide. Okay, done. And after that, this is going towards the again entering into the human heart. Why? Because now the blood is moving towards the heart. This blood is less amount of oxygen because oxygen have been transported now. What is the main function of the blood? Means blood transport the food, nutrients and oxygen to all parts of the body. Now the blood which is coming towards the heart in the right atrium again, it is with less amount of oxygen and high amount of carbon dioxide. Then again the cycle is going on. Again the cycle is going on. Means what is the meaning? Means what they are saying, the human body and the all mammals and vertebrates having the circulatory system. You know, we have discussed two types of circulatory system in the human in the vertebrates body: open type circulatory system and closed type. But today we are discussing about the closed type circulatory system of man. But understand the meaning of the circulation. What mean by circulation? Circulation, the word arise from the circle. Means if we are starting our cycle or function from one organ, again we are coming back at the same point after complete a one cycle. Okay, that's why this is called the circulation. And in the man, double circulatory system is found. And in in the man, the closed type circulatory system is found. And in closed type circulatory system, two types of circuits are found. Okay, two types of blood circulation is found. These are called pulmonary circuit and systemic circuit. Okay, students. Now I'm telling you about the pulmonary circuit of the blood circulation of the man. The circuit of the blood circulation which transport which blood? Deoxygenated blood from right ventricle to the lungs. Okay, and through pulmonary arteries and backflow oxygenated blood to the heart in the left atrium. See, observe what they are saying. See here, means the blood is going from the right, of the oxygen blood from the right ventricle, from the pulmonary artery towards the lungs, and coming back again into from the pulmonary veins into the lung, into the heart. That's why this is called the pulmonary circuit. Okay, what is called? This is called pulmonary circuit. Point number two. This oxygenated blood now circulates through our body from the by the systemic circulation. Okay, now the blood is entering into the left atrium. Okay, and the left atrium always contain the oxygenated blood. Now the blood is ready to transport to all parts of the body for circulation. Beta, try to understand, it's a cycle. Okay, now see this diagram. Okay, observe my cursor, right atrium. I'm moving my cursor, go towards the right lungs, and it is going towards the left lung. Okay, and again observe my cursor. Again, come back into the left atrium. Again towards pinkish in color, peach in color. This is the oxygenated blood. Okay, done. So that's why this is called pulmonary circuit. Okay. Now the systemic circuit, the circuit of blood circulation in which the blood trans which blood trans which transport oxygenated blood from left atrium, from left ventricle through systemic aorta to all parts of the body and back to heart by superior and inferior vena cava as deoxygenated blood is called systemic circulation. Observe the picture. Means from the left ventricle, observe my cursor, the blood is going towards the systemic aorta. Okay, beta, and it is going downward to all parts of the body. Okay, but again my cursor, observe the blood is coming back blue in color. Observe this arrow is going inferior vena cava and superior vena cava. Again come back into the right atrium. Okay, again means cycle again going start, again the pulmonary circuit will start. Okay, beta, so means this cycle is going on every time. That's why it is called circulation, and this is the systemic circuit. Okay, now what the saying in the second point, both. Please listen carefully, beta. It is very much important topic. Try to understand. Okay. Please don't feel ambiguous. Both anterior and posterior vena cava discharge deoxygenated blood into the right atrium, and from right atrium it is pumped to the lungs for oxygenation. है ना? Again it is going for oxygen. It means point number 2 of the systemic circuit and the point number 1 of the pulmonary circuit is same. If you observe, okay, these transport the oxygen blood from the right ventricle to the lungs. And if you observe the point number 2, means the blood is again going, which blood? The oxygen blood into the right atrium. The blood is, the point number 2 is again repeating. Okay, okay. Now see the complete picture of the double circuit circulation into the human body in detail. Okay, Again and again I'm repeating from different diagrams, okay, to try to understand. Observe my cursor and observe these arrows. What is this atrium? Yes, right atrium. What is this? Left atrium. Blue in color, deoxygenated blood. Red in color means oxygenated blood. They both are contracting, and the blood is coming into the right ventricle and the left ventricle, है ना भाई? And after that it is from the right ventricle. Observe my cursor where it is going. It is going towards the lungs, okay, from which pulmonary artery. For what? For oxygenation. And again observe blood is coming back into the heart, okay, twice a time. Means the blood in the lungs, in alveoli, the oxygen diffuses inside the blood, okay, and now the blood is oxygenated, and this oxygenated blood is coming back into the left atrium, okay. Now from the left ventricle the blood is going towards the which systemic aorta, okay. It is coming back towards the all parts of the body. Suppose this aorta is descends down means it comes down, okay, from the lower region of the body, and it divides into many branches. Suppose this is called the hepatic artery. Hepatic artery means it will go, hepatic means liver, okay. It will go and give the blood with oxygenated blood and nutrients to the liver, okay. And it again further coming down. This is mesenteric artery. What is this artery, beta? This is mesenteric artery, okay. And this mesenteric artery will supply the blood to the gut. Gut means it will supply the blood to the alimentary canal, okay. Gut means alimentary canal. Alimentary canal is also called the gut, okay. And now it is again coming down, and it is supply the blood to the kidneys, okay, by the renal means, renal is, it is also derived from the Greek word. Renal means kidneys, okay. It will supply blood to the kidneys as well, okay. Now it is again further divided into many branches. Other organs means iliac arteries towards the legs and four hind limbs, okay. After that you are seeing these are the fine arteries, okay. And after exchanging the blood into these different organs, what are the blood vessels? Those exchange the blood between tissues. Yeah, these are capillaries, okay. These arteries will divide into the very fine capillaries, and through these fine capillaries they will exchange the material between the tissues, okay. But again these capillaries will join together and form the venules, and these venules become the large vessels. These are called veins, okay. And again the same name, renal artery, renal veins, okay. Mesenteric artery and mesenteric veins, and the hepatic artery, hepatic portal vein. And they will collect the blood. This blood will deoxygenated, okay. And this blood, these veins join together and form a broad vessel, form a vena cava. This is the vena cava, but this is the inferior vena cava, and from the upper side this is the inferior vena cava. They will collect the deoxygenated blood into the human heart, into the left atrium. Here you can easily observe the vena cava. I want to show you the vena cava in this diagram. You can observe this is the superior vena cava, this is the inferior vena cava. I want to give you more clear understanding. This is again observe my diagram. This is superior vena cava. This is inferior vena cava. More clarity I want to give you. This is externally structure means superior vena cava, inferior vena cava. In four diagrams I have shown you. This is the superior vena cava, this is the inferior vena cava present in all four diagrams, okay. And I hope you all of them have understood what is the main function of the vena cava. They are two in number, and they collect the deoxygenated blood from the upper region of the human body and the lower region of the human body, and discharge this blood into the right atrium of the human heart for going towards the lungs for oxygenation. Again cycle will start, okay students. Now after describing the whole double circuit circulation, I want to explain you the some important terms related to the human heart. Okay, if you observe, these are terms very, you are very much familiar of these terms. Heartbeat, heart rate, and pulse rate. First, I will tell you about the heartbeat and pulse rate. Okay, means what they are saying. What is heartbeat? The pumping of blood by rhythmic pulsation. The already we have discussed the human heart muscles are cardiac muscles, okay, and they are able to contract and relax, okay, and the main function of, because of this contraction and relaxation, the blood pumps blood, the heart pumps blood, okay, towards the lungs, towards the all parts of the body. So means because of this contraction and because of this pumping action, the rhythmic pulsation uh, starts, okay, and appear into the human heart. This rhythmic pulsation is called the heartbeat, okay. This rhythmic pulsation throughout the body, what I'm saying, this rhythmic pulsation of heart throughout the body is called heartbeat, okay. And pulse rate, first I want to explain both of them. What they are saying, heartbeat, okay, throughout the body is called heartbeat. And what they are saying, pulse rate, because pulse rate is actually the same thing, okay. Means the heart composed of blood vessels. These blood vessels are arteries and veins and capillaries. Means when the blood pumps the blood towards the arteries, okay, these arteries also having the pulsation and rhythmic pulsation sensation, okay, and we can feel this pulse rate and heartbeat. But what is the main difference both of them? Heartbeat can easily, we can measure by using the instruments, okay. By using the we can easily measure the from the thoracic cavity, okay, and we can use by the different electrical signals, we can find out this. But for the pulse rate, what happened, we can calculate the pulse rate. How? What is the pulse rate? Means pulse rate is what they are saying, pulse rate is, the pulse rate is exactly equal to the heartbeat. What? But we can measure the pulse rate at the base of the thumb, okay, at the wrist, okay, and we can feel and we can note down the pulse rate at the neck, just near the windpipe, okay. We can easily calculate or measure the pulse rate. But actually the heartbeat and pulse rate are the same thing. But the heartbeat we can find out for the thoracic cavity, okay. This is the contraction and relaxation movement of the heart, okay. But because the heart arises the arteries towards the heart, and these arteries having the network in our whole body, so means we can find out this is called the pulse, okay. And we can find out the pulse rate, meaning pulse rate, it is the rhythmic pulsation of the arteries, okay, because blood is flowing into the arteries. So means this is called the pulse rate, okay. So I hope you all of them have understood both of them very nicely. So means if the heartbeat is faster, so as the pulse rate will be faster, okay. But if the heartbeat will be slow, so automatically the pulse rate will be slow, okay. So means this is called the, means therefore, means taking a pulse is therefore a direct measure of heart rate as well, okay. Okay, now I'm telling you, explain the what is the heart rate. We have discussed about the heartbeat. Then what is the heart rate? Heart rate, the number of heartbeat in a minute is called heart rate. What mean by this? Beta, every in all over the world we have some standard to calculate the time. The 60 second is equal to 1 minute, 60 minutes are equal to 1 hour, okay. So means that's why what happening, so means the number of heartbeat in 1 minute is called heart rate, okay. And on average a healthy heartbeat 72 times in a minute. A healthy person having a heartbeat 72 times in a minute. I want to give you more clarification about the heart rate, okay, because these three terms are very much correlate with each other, okay, very close to each other. But what is the heart rate? The heart rate is vary from person to person, Okay. And why? Because it depends upon sometimes situation. If we are moving and we are running very faster, so means the heartbeat increases, so means heart rate, means heartbeat in a 1 minute can be increased, so means the heart rate is very person to person. Okay. Means the slow heart rate but the heart rate varies from person to person, and the decreasing heart rate is the result of slow heartbeat. Okay. Means what happened, the slow heart rate reduces amount of blood. Okay. Amount of blood and oxygen to vital organs of the body, and causes shortness of breath, and dropping of blood pressure and extreme fatigue as well. Means heart rate should be accurate and should be managed. Okay. It should be normal. But if the heart rate is not normal, it is decreased or increased, it is not good for health of man, it is not good for heart of human body. Why? Because if the heart rate is slow, so means the person can be a patient and can feel difficulty for the shortness of breath and dropping of the heart blood pressure. Okay. And extreme fatigue. Okay. On the other hand, when a heartbeat is very fast, more than 100 beats, okay, per minute, so means if the heartbeat in 100 times in 1 minute, this condition is not good. Okay. And due to this rapid heart rate, the function of the heart becomes very hard. The function of the heart becomes very hard. What happened, the person can feel the chest pain, dizziness, or fainting. Okay. These are the symptoms of the rapid heartbeat. So means that's why the heartbeat and heart rate should be normal. Okay, student. That's why it is very much important. Otherwise the patient can be, there should be a disorder in the human body, and the person can be a patient of the different type of diseases which I have discussed with you. So again I'm repeating: heartbeat, the pumping of blood by the rhythmic condition, uh, condition. Okay. So means the pumping of the blood by rhythmic pulsation of a heart, and this is called the heartbeat. But the heartbeat in 1 minute, it is called the heart rate. Okay. And the pulse rate, it is the, okay. And now we are going okay, I hope you all of them have understood all these terms nicely. Now I am moving, and I want to differentiate to the pulse rate and heart rate. We have discussed in detail as well. Okay, beta, I have told you, you can differentiate from this slide as well. Okay. We can measure the pulse rate from the earlobe, but we can measure the heart rate from the using different instrument. Okay. From the thoracic cavity. Okay, done. Now, I'm showing you the home task in front of you. The question number one: draw a neat and label diagram of internal structure of human heart. You will draw the diagram and from slide number three. Okay, slide number three is very good. Otherwise, this diagram is also present in your. This diagram is not present in your book. Okay, that's why no, this diagram is present in your book. Okay, on page number 192. Okay, student, you can draw, and you can draw from my slide as well. Question number two: describe external and internal structure of human heart with diagram of internal structure of heart. Again, you will draw the diagram. Answer from slide number 2, 4, and 5. Okay. Describe mechanism of flow of blood in human heart. Answer from slide number 6. Okay. And briefly explain pulmonary circuit and systemic circuit with label diagram. Answer from slide number 7, 9, 11, 12. Define the following terms: heartbeat, heart rate, and pulse rate. Okay, slide number 14. And differentiate between the heart rate and pulse rate from slide number 15. Okay, student, again I'm showing you the my whole slides. Okay, if you want to take a screenshot, you can take a screenshot of my all these slides again. Beta, question number one, it is the, please correct the question, it is the external structure of heart. Okay, not internal. And external structure diagram is not in your book. Okay. Okay. Now this is the slide number one. This is the external structure of human heart. This is a diagram. Okay, you can take a screenshot of this diagram. Okay. And this is the internal structure of man. Okay. This diagram is present in your book as well. This is the mechanism, types of blood circulatory system, this diagram, pulmonary circuit, and systemic circuit. This is the complete whole diagram. It is present in your book. These are the terms. Okay, student. Allah Hafiz. Inshallah, we will meet together in the next class. Allah Hafiz.